What's up, everybody? I'm the Sonoran Desert Grower. Welcome to the channel. By special request, we're going to cover fresh Palo Verde green beans. So this is my YouTube channel, the Sonoran Desert Grower. I have a playlist called Sonoran Desert Edibles, Medicinals, and Pollinators. And the first video is this first video is of us harvesting green beans in 2017, and we do this every season. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be harvesting Palo Verde seeds from the Palo Verde tree.
And this is Eagle Desert.
Put it in there.
Look at our bowl.
The fatties.
Eagle Desert. We call this the fatty one. Don't call it harvest the Palo Verde beans because that's kind of
Not exciting, huh? Yeah. It's better as the fatties, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go harvest the fatties. Okay, so it's a video of me harvesting Palo Verdes with the kids. Let's see, here's my son. He's really hilarious. He's basically just eating them the whole time.
CDs.
And these thorns hurt, y'all. It's like green beans or snap peas. You gotta dehusk them.
They're sweet. Slowly, look at this big fat weed. Look at how delicious that looks. So we just twist them. We just twist them and then we do this. It's really good. Yeah. You see this? Then you eat them. Don't get too close. Right here?
What?
They're going to fill up the bowl.
Where?
This way.
Yeah, let's fill it up. So it's very easy to harvest. It just takes time to dehusk. It's like, I think of it as growing snap peas just for the peas, and you're gonna freeze them. This is kind of the same thing. In order to preserve them for the rest of the year, we just freeze them, and then we can use them in baked dishes or as fresh green beans in salad. They're really good fresh.
See, like a little hole? You open it up like that. You get some good ones to eat. And we just do that. Follow my directions. And see this? They're all green up. And we're gonna harvest them, open them. We're gonna go outside. That's gonna help us, or Poppy, whatever way you're gonna say it, however you say your dad's name or Poppy's name. So we go inside, open them. To open this, twist. Oh, no. Cool. Easy, right? And then you like take it off, twist and pull. That's how you open it.
And that's what the kids figured out. If you twist them, you pull them. I also have these Fiskar floral pruners that makes it easier to cut them so you can twist them.
Two.
Put the beans in there.
The doubles. Twist, pull. The way that I like to do twice is
What?
like to pull it down, like in the right direction.
We're gonna take turns. Okay?
So
You get your turn to talk about us, your sister.
and then the beans just there. So that's the way I do it. The other ways you can do it another way.
The way your papa's doing it.
Doubles. Here's a double. Twist, pull. Then you can do the same thing over again, like twist, pull. See how easy that? Just want to.
Super easy.
That's a good way to put it in your mouth.
So now my son is going to show you how to put it in your mouth.
You can see the bean. I'm just gonna eat it one. And then no, that's a good way to open it. See how the shot in my mouth? That was great, right, Poppy?
Yeah, do it. Put in the bowl.
Next challenge. See, that's how fast you can do it.
Keep going, baby.
That's how fast. So that's just how you can get used to it. That's how you'll probably get when you get used to it and you'll get.
So this is a tedious undertaking, but this is the most input that you need to do after you install your rainwater harvesting earthworks and you put in your native edible trees, whether it would be mesquite, Palo Verde, ironwood. The ironwood is pretty much a similar process, but you wait for them to um, the way I've eaten ironwood seeds are sprouted. So you harvest them once they're dry, and then you sprout them and you eat the sprouts. So you could do the same thing with the Palo Verde beans that have matured. But me personally, I like to eat the fresh Palo Verde green beans, just like this. So this video is on my YouTube channel under the the playlist Sonoran Desert Edibles, Medicinals, and Pollinators. So you just have to go to the playlist section, and I have videos that are dedicated to Sonoran Desert edibles, medicinals, and pollinators in this playlist. So let's go over here and check out some videos that I put together from the past.
Tell your brother what flowers that are good for you.
What kind of flowers?
I don't know.
They're the Palo Verde flowers. They're the Palo Verde flowers. So the flowers are also really good, and I like putting them in salads.
They, they also help with your chin, right?
I guess, I don't know.
Bug.
Just just blow it off. Yeah, or move it off. Move it off because you didn't get just babas all over it, everything. You want some? I could tell you. Come on, let's finish these. You like them?
Hmm?
They're good, huh?
I like them. Don't you? Huh?
Yeah.
We love them.
I know.
A bee!
Let's see what's going on here. So right now, these trees, these this is 2016 bean pods are super delicious. Is it? They're at their 2016 optimal deliciousness right now. So I'm gonna grab them, peel them. So there's maybe like a 2 to 3 week window where you can harvest these Palo Verde beans and then it's over. So you have to get on it, and the most labor intensive part of harvesting Palo Verde beans is dehusking them, bagging them up and putting them in your freezer. And this is a seasonal food crop, so you have to be ready for it. But again, compared to growing vegetables or fruit trees, this is the least labor intensive on our part, and also it's very minimal in terms of the resource inputs it needs. Freeze them. I guess you could like pickle them and stuff like that too. So you can pickle them with like hot peppers and make like a vinegar solution. Um, I really just like to freeze them. And this is just in the front yard right here. And they're different. They're ready at different times in different places, so it's definitely good to watch your specific trees. See where they're at in the process when they're ready. Right now these guys are pretty good. Just doesn't have the space it needs to paying super cheap, an acre foot and all this stuff. I don't got none of that. I got these native trees. So let's back this up a little bit. Let's see what I'm saying. I don't know, these fruit trees. Talking about Phoenix. So a lot of people be growing, I don't know, these fruit trees. Up in Phoenix, y'all be growing all these fruit trees and thinking you're all cool with your flood irrigation and paying super cheap, an acre foot and all this stuff. I don't got none of that. So remember, this is from 2016. I've been saying the same thing for over a decade. It doesn't make sense to put in a bunch of fruit trees and call that a food forest. It's not a food forest, it's an orchard. We should be planting native food-bearing trees. That is actual food forest here. So again, this is from 2016. I've been saying the same thing. I've been consistent. I've been making videos. I have a video on how to harvest fresh Palo Verde beans from 2017. I got these native trees. I got my fruit trees on gray water. Still eating. Interestingly enough, this plant right here is a goji berry. And it looks like it's dead, but it's still alive. This guy's a survivor. And with a little bit of rain, it'll leaf out and bloom and fruit. It fruits a couple times a year, but they're a little bitter because they don't get enough water. But that's wild. I didn't plant that. It's been there. The birds planted that wolfberry. Okay, so right here, this is a harvest event. Okay, so this is a mesquite milling event, and this is a hammer mill, and this is how you process your mesquite pods. I'm gonna take the sound off because the machine is too loud in my headphones. I don't know how it is for you, but too loud over here. So this is a mesquite, no, this is a hammer mill, and you can mill your mesquite pods with this machine. So this is how you turn mesquite pods into mesquite flour. And you could also mill dried Palo Verde beans. It can also be used as a flour, and they're easier to mill in like a high-tech blender, or a high-powered blender like the Vitamix. Let's see what this one is about.
People like when little animals drink the pollen, it pollinates into things like this, like the water fruit. See those flowers up there?
I don't think they can,
And
because the sun is right there.
And we get to get ones are fat. Get to get ones are like fat. More than trying to make a meal. See these ones? They're kind of good to see. Inside are green. So the beans are green, so and they're really perfect. And the fat ones are really sweet. Ball. Don't let them dry out, because they can dry out. Yeah.
Just put them in there, baby. We'll open them inside. So you do have to process them right away. If you just leave them in the bowl for several days, they'll dry out and they won't be good anymore. So let's get a whole bunch.
You get all of them up.
Because they're only at this stage for a couple days, so we gotta get them, open them up, and put them in the freezer.
I don't think this is fat.
Well, then let it get fat. Let's just get the fat ones, because the other ones will be fat in a couple days. Look, I can tell you, go up there. Those ones up there. So that's another thing is that they are growing, so you want to harvest the ones that are more on the mature side. Some of them will be skinny, some of them will be fat. So we tend to go after the fatties. They look pretty good. You stay right here, baby girl. We'll split up. Just get the big fatties.
Ooh, I found a good one. These are kind of special because they don't really go to 4.
Don't get too close because it's hard for it to see.
See it?
Yeah.
Hey, this one, there's no one in that. I'll look for some other fat ones and then we can. I think I see some over here, guys.
Just go ahead and get them, dude.
Oh, I got one fat one. Look at, yeah, you got to get some like this one and.
Yeah.
Can I take a picture of it?
Hold
We're
on.
doing a video, man.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if it works. I think I did it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go back to the build spot.
Okay, hold on.
When people like, when little animals drink the Palo.
Okay.
We now have, we're going to peel these. Are you ready?
Yeah, baby.
We are peeling these and look how far we've gone. There. You didn't see all this stuff, guys. We were just looking on it. It's bad is that because you didn't see all Well, it would be kind of boring to see that.
I got you in the light. They were very sad that you missed all the fresh Palo Verde bean harvesting.
See these ones? They're kind of good to see. Inside they're green. So the beans are green and they're really perfect.
Let me see that. Let's see this. This is the first time this one is flowered. This is the saguaro in the front yard right here. So all these flowers turn into Palo Verde beans. And this is an actual native food forest right here. We have a mesquite. We have a couple saguaros that give us saguaro fruit. We have Palo Verdes. And we have a wolfberry. This is a food forest, a Sonoran Desert food forest. Gotta prune up some of the branches. I haven't pruned them yet. Still gotta do it. So this is Palo Verde beans. This is a 1 gallon full of Palo Verde beans. This is trout that we caught from Mount Lemon with the Palo Verde beans.
Oh, you used to check it?
No, it's done. Look at their eyes.
What eye? Oh my god, their eyes popped out.
Yeah, they're done.
What eyes popped out? The fish? That crazy. You have to take a picture of that and send that to Mama. Oh. Then why did you do it?
So this is just butter, lemon slices, rosemary from the backyard. Some of that cool down. Palo Verde beans from the front yard.
Oh, you used to check it?
So as you can see, this is just native landscaping and it's producing tons of food. And I have evidence of me harvesting it every season, right? I just went through my Google photo library and just pulled out stuff from the previous seasons, and the end of March to the beginning of June is when you need to start watching your Palo Verde beans, because that's gonna be the window. It's a couple week window. And then within that window, um, you want to go for the ones that are mature, the ones that are nice and fat, and let the skinnier ones fatten up. So there is kind of like a window within a window, and then at a certain point they're gonna start to get hard, and you just let them go. I just let it feed the wildlife. I let it fall to the ground and let the rabbits get to it, and it keeps the wildlife from going into our actual yard too. So we don't harvest everything, and we have more trees in our backyard as well that we harvest from. So this is just from the front yard, and these are kind of growing more wildish because they're I have barely pruned them at all. So it's easier for the kids to reach because they're at their level. So this is really like the predominant trees that we use to harvest our fresh Palo Verde beans. And it's really easy, super easy. So I want to encourage you to harvest some fresh Palo Verde beans. I want to encourage you to plant the rain and put in some earthworks and have fun with your children. Like my kids are having a blast. And as you can tell, they're mostly eating what they're harvesting. So it's kind of funny. It's fun. They have a blast. And this is just kind of every year something we do. And they'll last almost we don't harvest we're not we have vegetable gardens, we have chickens, we have a bunch of stuff going on. So we don't hit it super hard, but we do have enough to eat throughout the year. We could go super hard and um we would basically need another freezer, right? So it kind of depends on what your goals are and what you're trying to do. But we have a small freezer. We have to make sure we have room to put our chickens that we're raising in there that we harvest. And there's other garden produce that we grow that we like to freeze. So the reality is that there's only so much that we can harvest and store it in the freezer. So that's kind of a limiting factor when you're doing the Palo Verde beans is freezer space, because the best way to preserve it for later use is to just put them in the freezer. So it's just something to keep in mind if you have limited freezer space like we do, but it definitely has its place, and it's very easy and it's very low input, high output. So this is for the Patreon members that requested this video. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. I'm gonna put this up onto the YouTube right away, so it's not gonna sit in the Patreon community for too long. But this is kind of how the Patreon community works. Folks can request content, and I'll put it out. This was requested yesterday, so I'm making this video today, and that's kind of how I like to do it. Please consider joining my Patreon community. It's www.patreon.com/the Sonoran Desert Grower. I have different levels. You can check them out. Join at whatever level. I appreciate the support from the community. You guys make this channel possible. I was able to invest into some GoPros, and so the Patreon community is amazing, and it's made a lot of this footage possible. I'm using the GoPro right now to take this shot. So um and there's one right there too. I was able to get to them. So I just want to thank everyone for their support, and this was a special request. And feel free to, hit me up on Patreon and request um, videos, articles that would help you in your garden journey. And with that, we're going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.